Story this morning, a local sheriff heading to Capitol Hill today as part of President Trump's promise to crack down on illegal immigration and those so-called sanctuary cities across the country.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions put those cities on notice yesterday, saying that they're putting public safety at risk and could lose federal funding.
Such policies cannot continue. They make our nation less safe by putting dangerous criminals back on the streets.
Now, this week, Sessions is going to be meeting with Bristol County Sheriff Thomas Hodgson about immigration enforcement after he testifies before Congress on this issue later today.
Eyewitness News reporter Brian Yocono joining us now with more on this story.
Good morning. The sheriff believes there is no bigger threat to public safety than illegal immigration, and that's part of his testimony that he'll be making in Washington today. The sheriff will be speaking, in fact, at 10:30 this morning, and I've been reviewing already this morning the text of that testimony. It focuses on the need for enforcing current laws on illegal immigration. He says the country would be better off if we never turned a blind eye to sanctuary cities, and that politicians created years of liberal policies tailored to non-enforcement. We reported earlier this year that his department entered into a 287G partnership with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, training officers to do immigration-related enforcement. The sheriff says sanctuary cities have become a magnet for illegal aliens, some of which have violent criminal records. He goes on to say, at best, sanctuary cities are a direct violation of trust between the legal residents and the elected officials who took an oath to protect them at all costs. At the worst, it's careless, illegal, and extremely dangerous. Now, Mayor Jorge Elorza does consider the city of Providence to be a sanctuary city, but he says they are following all federal laws. Coming up at 6:30 this morning, we'll hear what the Public Safety Commissioner says about enforcing those laws. In the newsroom, Brian Yocono, Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, we're getting more reaction to the U.S. Attorney General's crackdown on sanctuary cities across the United States.
Providence is considered one of them, but Mayor Jorge Elorza says all the federal laws are being followed. Now today, we're hearing from the city's Public Safety Commissioner.
Eyewitness News reporter Brian Yocono live in the newsroom this morning with new details.
Good morning. Commissioner Stephen Perry both adamant and confident that the city follows federal law and reports any information on violent illegal immigrants to immigration officials. Commissioner Perry also says the term sanctuary city is really just a political term. It's not a legal one. So as far as he's concerned, Providence would have to be in violation of a federal law for any money to be withheld. He says there is no violation. WPRI.com reporter Dan McGowan pressing the commissioner on the threat from Attorney General Sessions to cut federal resources. Perry says the immigration solution comes from comprehensive reform out of Congress.
I understand the frustration from the Attorney General. I understand the problem that exists in America, but local law enforcement can't arrest their way out of this. We have to deal with, the 11 million people that are here over the last 2 decades. With, an immigration policy that's been broken.
Mayor Elorza stands by undocumented immigrants in the city, but he agrees those who commit serious crimes should be deported. Previously, however, when asked about the potential of losing federal money, the mayor said he would cross that bridge when he gets to it. In the newsroom, Brian Yocono, Eyewitness News.